Hello and welcome to my guide on how to make a bond in free-to-play. In this video I'm going to show you 3 different ways on how I personally made my bond in my series free-to-play to max, which you can see here on screen now if anybody is interested in that. So let's not waste any more time and get into the methods. Method 1 is buying feather packs. At the current time of recording, feathers are 228k GP an hour, and considering you don't need any requirements, just a bit of starter cash, it's such a solid method. A little tip is make sure that you talk to Garen, because then he'll stay still where he is and then he won't be moving about the shop. As you can see in the video as well, this is also really simple and beginner friendly. Feather packs can be bought in Port Sarim in the fishing shop. So the method is as follows: you buy 10 feather packs at a time, open the first feather pack, then you wait for all the other feather packs to automatically open, then you buy 10 more. Now the reason why you wait is because every time you buy a feather pack, the price of the packs go up, so eventually if you just buy loads and spam click them open, you'll lose profit. However, I will say this method you will have to wait for your feathers to sell. So what I did is I'd always do this at night before bed, and I'd put them in the GE, and then in the morning when I woke up they'd all eventually sold. Method 2 is making jewelry, and the jewelry that you want to be making are as follows: sapphire rings, emerald necklaces and ruby necklaces. The current prices are 115k GP an hour for sapphire rings, 132k GP an hour for ruby necklaces, and 139k for emerald necklaces. If you are making necklaces, make sure that you're using a necklace mold and a ring mold if you are making sapphire rings. The best place to craft the jewelry is at the Edgeville furnace, and the method is as follows: so you take out 13 gems of your choice and 13 gold bars with the chosen mold, then take them over to the furnace and simply make them. It's very simple and pretty AFK, to be honest. Again, this method has very low requirement. To be able to even start doing this method, the only requirement that you need is 20 crafting and obviously a bit of money. Then after that, if you get 20 crafting, you can move on to emerald necklaces at level 29. Then at 40 you can move on to ruby necklaces. Prices always vary between these 3 items, so one day sapphire rings could be the best and one day emerald necklaces could be the best. It just depends. You can always check the prices on the RuneScape wiki, but I personally usually made ruby necklaces as they give the most XP in crafting and they were always consistent money. So yeah, personally I would go with the ruby necklaces just for the crafting XP. So method 3 is telegrabbing nature runes. This is one of the best low requirement money makers in free to play, as you can make up to 258k GP an hour, and the only requirement being 33 magic for telegrab and a slight bit of starter cash. It's a win-win really. However, due to it being in the wilderness, it wasn't really my favorite method to use, but the magic XP is always nice, and not to mention that little rush that you get when you're getting attacked is always fun to get the blood pumping. So the nature rune spawns can be found in level 42 to 43 wilderness. They're located southeast of the demonic ruins, but I'll put a picture on screen now of where they are. I'd always make sure you stand north where I am in this video, because it stops the lesser demon from attacking you. And then once you've telegrabbed the 2 nature rune spots, hop worlds to telegrab the others, as the respawn rate is about 2 minutes. So you can choose to hop between a few certain worlds that you know are relatively safe, but always be aware for PKs, and always bring a fire rune and save 1 lore rune in your inventory so that you can teleport to the rock when you reach 20 wilderness. I personally only used to bring about 150 lore runes because I was always worried about PKs, but obviously if you're feeling brave you can take more, but I personally wouldn't recommend it. And the 4th method is to just basically ignore what I've just said and please buy yourself membership, because getting a bond on free to play is literal torture and it is just not worth the hassle. So please, if you can, buy yourself a membership.